Good morning, everyone, or good evening, good afternoon, like we always say in our daily live streams. Today, it's going to be one of our first videos again after I took a little break from YouTube, but everyone inside our Discord and VIP membership knows that we've been grinding daily, every single day, throughout every single London session and every single New York opening throughout the entire year of 2024. Today, I thought it's a great example to recap what happened during the London session. We also caught this entire move. Initially, I've been looking for shorts, but this didn't play out. So let me recap here and tell you what I thought exactly throughout today's London session. So we can see Asia ends for me at midnight. We get our midnight level printed right here by the ICT all-in-one. By the way, a great indicator if you are just sick and tired of drawing all these different things onto your chart. With this indicator, you have access to over 20 different ICT concepts: power of three, volume imbalances, SMT divergences, break of structure, market structure shift, and all these other things that you essentially would have to draw on the chart. Makes life a lot easier for me during the live streams especially, but that's not the point of the video. Midnight opens up, we push above the Asia session high, we retrace and take out the Asia session low starting at 8 p.m. here on Tuesday, the 9th of July, according to New York local time. We retrace back to the 50% of this 4-hour inversion / bearish fair value gap. We're going to take a look at that on the 4-hour time frame specifically in a second. But my trading begins at 3 a.m. right after the London Open, and right here before London opened up at 2:55, we had this nice bearish engulfing candle forming a new market structure shift. So we formed a higher high, a higher low, and a new higher high, and we broke below that most recent higher low, which made me believe that we could easily take shorts from here, paired with the VWAP below the midnight level into, well, orders sell side from the day, since the day opened up here at 6 p.m. We continued to go higher, so I was looking forward to take that out. We had a nice 5-minute bearish fair value gap we were rejecting from as well, paired with the midnight level. And overall, if we look on the higher time frame, we were inside a 4-hour bearish fair value gap, this one right here, from the 10 a.m. 4-hour candle, and this 4-hour inversion fair value gap. Since we closed below it, we retraced back into it, and I was essentially looking for a continuation lower here. So if we get back to the 5-minute time frame, let's not worry about the trade that I'm still in. We're looking at this and we see right here, London opened up essentially at 3 a.m. We managed to work our way through this bearish fair value gap, closing above it, and that already made me a little bit suspicious. We had lots of momentum, failed to close above the midnight level right here at 3:15. Then we managed to close above. This was my exit confirmation, and then I simply waited to maybe spot another setup, get a new idea. I was still in doubt that we're really gonna go long, until I saw at 3:30 we closed above the 5-minute bearish fair value gap, the highest one before we breached buy side, and also this 15-minute balanced price range, because we have a inversion fair value gap overlapping with a bearish fair value gap on the 15. Let's reattach it to the 5-minute time frame. We close above, we come back to retest my entry just around the midnight level right here, anticipating that this inversion fair value gap paired with the midnight level, paired with the support of this down closing candle after a new market structure shift to the upside, is going to be sufficient to hold support to at least deliver us into a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio. So I took my entry right here on this order block, placed my stop at this short-term low. So I still have the VWAP, this inversion fair value gap, this unfilled volume imbalance, a little bit of room to play essentially. That's all I'm trying to say. And I secured my first contract right here at a 2-to-1 risk to reward very nicely. So that played out well. And then I looked for, well, reasons to potentially hold into our next buy side target, which would have been right here. Also, if we take a look at yesterday's volume point of control, This is yesterday's volume point of control. This is exactly just around the corner where I took profits with my first contract. I execute this on TradeLocker with a funding pips account. And I'm also executing this on a Apex Trader funding account, as well as a take profit trader account, but that's not the topic of today's video. So we retest yesterday's volume point of control, rechecked, but we continue to go higher. I'm still holding on to the trade, looking forward to see if we can break this buy side liquidity. We close above our volume point of control, continues sideways, and this looked really interesting. We failed to continue higher with a super bearish candle here, taking out our most recent higher low, this internal low. But at the same time, we've hit this 30-minute fair value gap. So we had this 30-minute fair value gap here. This is how I line up all the different time frames to make sense out of them. So I have my confirmation. Okay, we are bouncing off a 30-minute bullish fair value gap. We just stop hunted a major low, and we have a 5-minute bearish fair value gap sitting here. So my thesis is, if we are going to continue into this equal high buy side and potentially even more, I want to see confirmation on the 5-minute time frame that we are closing above this 5-minute bearish fair value gap and this volume imbalance right here. We can see that this volume imbalance, if I take a closer look at it, is a unfilled volume imbalance. We didn't see that wick back to the upside, and that's crucial because we always tend to come back to those volume imbalances or gap imbalances at a later point in time, and that's exactly what happened. We filled it in, we hesitated for a little while, but eventually we managed to close above our 5-minute inversion fair value gap. I placed my limit orders on the inversion and on this gap balance right here with my stop loss very tight. I'm very confident that we are at least going to run into this buy side liquidity. 1-to-1 risk to reward, very simple. Not many points, only 3.5 points here on NQ, but still low hanging fruit, high probability. I actually ended up securing the majority of the position here once again at a 2-to-1 risk to reward, not even holding for this high. I held one contract for the high, which I secured right here at 2742.75. It took a little while to play out, but eventually at 7:30 we continued to get the push to the upside. And from here on, we just kept on going. I wanted to see if I can target the previous day's high simply by using this bullish fair value gap. Not risking much here. I already made a good amount of profit. And we initially saw support of this bullish fair value gap forming a new higher high right here. But unfortunately, we failed to hold the support to deliver into our previous day's high target. We can also see it's 8:50, so the New York Open is just 40 minutes away from right now. So I'm going to be jumping on our New York Open live stream like every single day for our VIP members in our Discord. The link to that is in the description box below. So we're going to see how this plays out. I don't like that we close below this bullish fair value gap, which essentially turns it into an inversion fair value gap. We could see some chop before we actually deliver into our previous day's high target, which is also currently, I'm pretty sure at least, the high of our current week. This is Tuesday, high of week. So if we continue to go above that, we see essentially a new all-time high and a new high of week. All right, that's essentially all I wanted to talk about. I have to prepare myself for the live stream. I'm going to leave this trade open. My stop loss is right here at this low. Why did I not use this inversion fair value gap? We had a huge 10 a.m. or 10:20 a.m. bearish fair value gap here on a 5-minute time frame, huge one. But we can also see that this entire bearish fair value gap is overlapping with this 10 a.m. is it 10:10 a.m. bullish now inversion fair value gap, since we closed below it right here at 10:20. So instead of using this humongous fair value gap, I'm simply reducing this fair value gap down to a balanced price range right up here. And once we get the close above, we also close above this bearish 5 minutes. So right here, we could have also simply used the close above our 5 minute balanced price range to enter on the retest. And look at this, we had a beautiful bullish 5 minute time frame fair value gap overlapping with the overall inversion fair value gap to continue the move into a new high of day. And from here, we could have simply waited to see if this fair value gap is holding support. Yes, it did. We form a new higher high. I would still be holding most likely some remainers of the position at least until that previous day's high. Right now, it's just going to be really interesting. Let me quickly delete all the brushes to see if we're going to, once again, stop hunt a low, close above a bearish 5 minute time frame fair value gap, and then use it as support to deliver into that previous day's high. All right, guys, take care. This is a quick 11-minute video of our London session right here on our Discord server. Let me quickly pull it up. You can see that inside the VIP area that you can get access to by clicking the link in the description box below, or simply clicking on Join VIP, which is redirecting you to my WOP account. You get access to this VIP section, also the ICT all-in-one indicator. And inside here, you see our daily London session live chats, our VIP chat where we discuss charts and all that stuff, ICT concepts, since I think almost 2 years now. And this is a trade that I took this morning right here, going with the flow, currently bullish until we shift, sharing this entry opportunity and sharing the rest of it as well. All right, guys, I have to get started for the live stream. Take care. See you soon.